Good day, Professor Frankie and friends. I am Ariana, and these are my teammates, Yuping, Abby, Adam, Perlin, and Victoria. Today we'll be presenting our work for Project 1. The job that we have chosen to analyze for this project is a social media content creator for the Walt Disney Company Southeast Asia Private Limited. Besides this company, we believe that almost every large company needs a social media content creator to help promote branding and or marketing. Every sector, from food and beverage to technology to media companies, requires one. Now before we begin, here's a bit more info on the Walt Disney Company Southeast Asia Private Limited. Our primary activity used to be television programming and broadcasting content on channels such as Disney Channel. However, as people move to streaming services such as Netflix, we have now switched to promoting and managing Disney Plus in the Southeast Asia region. Our secondary activity is motion picture and movie distribution as well as branding. This means that all the movies that are seen in cinemas in the Southeast Asia region have been liaised with our company. Other work that we have done include, but is not limited to, the Mickey Mouse Lighting Up Orchard Road for Christmas in 2018 and the Avengers Endgame Countdown at bus stops in 2019. As we are a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company, that is why we have the same mission and vision as them. Our mission is to entertain, inform, and inspire people around the globe through great storytelling, reflecting the iconic brands, creative minds, and innovative technologies that make us the world's premier entertainment company. Our vision is to be one of the world's leading producers and providers of entertainment and information. I will now pass the time on to Yuping to explain why the role we have chosen is a strategic role in the Walt Disney Company Southeast Asia Private Limited and how it will help the company achieve its strategic goals. Yuping, please.
Okay, thank you, Ariana. So currently, there are more than 4 billion social media users around the world. So this represents more than half of the global population. So this actually poses as one of the few platforms available with such reach to our customers. So therefore, the role of a social media content creator would be able to cast Walt Disney's influence in the region to an even more significant extent. So next, we will be able to to show how the strategic importance will be aligned with Disney goals of being the leading producer and provider of entertainment. So firstly, we'll be able to provide a boost to this goal by having an organic touch through social media, which is not present in traditional marketing formats, where it is often deemed dry and outdated. So this organic touch will be able to open the conversation for near instant service with customers. So next, social media content creation is also a cost-effective method of spreading Disney's influence. Furthermore, it provides flexibility in terms of content creativity, which could be leveraged even further to entice potential or current customers. And lastly, the job provides a competitive edge in the industry where other corporations are also utilizing these positions to elevate their influence. So next, we'll have Abby, who will be going through the job analysis of a social media content creator.
Okay, thank you, Yuping. I'll be sharing more on job analysis, and we have chosen a position analysis questionnaire, PAQ, and informational interview. In the following slides, I'll be elaborating on the rationale of our choice and the element of it. So in this slide, we'll be talking more about position analysis questionnaire and how it goes about it will be the user will review background information of the role, observe the job nature, and conduct an interview with the job incumbent to determine the job scope. So the rationale of it is, of course, to align the expectations of the incoming social media content creator, and it will also serve as a documentation for future revision on the initial roles designed for social media content creator. To expand a little bit more on the element of or the overall dimension of the PAQ, some examples would be PAQ touches a little bit more on unpleasant, demanding environment. So like they will be able to sieve out like overwhelming elements like overwhelming online traffic and attention required for the audience. Other dimensions include public related content activities, which may be potential, which cover potential viewers and user of a Walt Disney Company product like their films. Next, I'll be covering job analysis method 2, which is informational interview. Subject matter expert naturally could provide insightful information on roles allocation, and they would help to provide advice or act as a benchmark to be able to thrive in the industry. So some of our target interviewees are prominent social media managers and incumbent social media content creators, both in the region. Next, I'll be passing over to Adam to talk a little bit more on the strengths and limitation of job analysis procedures.
Thanks, Abby. So now I'll be going through the strengths. So for us, we feel that PAQ and informational interviews bring about great benefits. Direct job information is given to us directly, and it saves time and financial resources without us having to go through the middlemen or intermediate platforms. Hence, we as a company can be able to receive this information and data directly from the interested parties. Interviews are also an effective way to be able to be comprehensive and personal. Even in current times with a COVID pandemic going on now, virtual meetings can act as a bridge with a personal touch for us to be able to know more about potential candidates. However, there are also limitations to using PAQ and informational interview. Since it is mostly in the written format for PAQ, there will be limited words and options, which means that it will not be very broad and it can often lead to misinterpretation, which might sway our perception in a negative connotation. Information interview are a surefire way to be able for us to have personal connections with our potential candidate and for us to have a stronger sensing of who we would like to bring on board to the company. Although the downside to that would be that you'll be time inefficiency due to the time needed to spend for these interviews and for the conversation to occur, as well as it being costly. And now I'll pass my time on over to Perlin, who will talk you through job description.
Thank you, Adam. Next up, we will be discussing about the job description. Why is job description important? This is because job description help us to determine the appropriate job analysis method and also to value add the position of social media content creators of Walt Disney. Firstly, acting as the image of the Walt Disney itself, they are the ones who collaborate and engage with stakeholders to ensure Walt Disney is capable of maintaining their image and live up to their reputation. Secondly, data collected are used to carefully create campaigns to optimize costs within the company, ensuring that the campaigns are cost efficient. Finally, the most boring yet the most important role of these content creators are the maintainers of the social media accounts. They have to ensure that there is a constant stream of content which are original yet of the highest quality. And that is it for job description. Now, I'll be passing the time on to Victoria, who will be sharing about the recruitment plan.
Thank you, Perlin. Lastly, I'll be going through our recruitment plan. In our recruitment plan, we have 4 different steps or processes that we will be going through before hiring an applicant. So firstly, we will open the position for recruitment for both internal and external parties. Opening the position to internal parties will include availing this position for employee transfers and employee referrals. And opening the position to external parties will include putting a job advertisement on the existing Disney Career website or different recruiting websites or even scouting applicants. Secondly, we will go through a process of primary selection. This will include sieving through job applicants and selecting the best and most appropriate applicants based on their qualifications and past work experiences. The next step would be to conduct interviews with the selected applicants. Depending on the COVID-19 situation, interviews could be conducted virtually or in person. These interviews would include a timed discussion between applicants that have been grouped together to create content based on a given topic. And finally, after the interviews have been conducted, a final selection of candidates would be done. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.